Hey guys, how you doing? It's KJ here, once again coming at you in Raid Shadow Legends, and it is of course that time where the new free-to-play series starts. So I have of course started the account. I am a couple of days in. I believe I'm on login day 3, and I wanted to do a bit of an introduction to the account, how I'm running it, how it's been set up. So first of all, the account was set up on the How Hades community free-to-play series. I am about 10 days behind everybody else. I think everyone else started around the 13th of January. I started on the 23rd of January. So yeah, 10 days behind everybody else. I did, of course, use the 2 randomized spinners to decide who my starter and who my epic were going to be. And I ended up with Alhain as my starter and Deacon as my epic. Normal Deacon build, he's wearing gear for speed purposes. So I have started the account with those two. As you can see, my starter tournament has finished. I did manage to win. Luckily, unlike a lot of people, I didn't have a stupid group. Only really me and Num for bulk of the tournament, trying to catch Bunny, who stormed off early on within the tournament. And then we managed to catch him, and I managed to pip the win for the Ancient Shard. But really, the main goal here, it doesn't matter if you get the Shard or the Gems, both are great. The Gems are great if you are still working towards your first Champion's Masteries. You've already got them or are approaching them by the time the tournament's winding down and coming to an end. Push for the Shard, it is much more use. But the main goal here is to make sure you are getting all of these rewards. These are very useful, very helpful, and will help progress your account moving forward. So the other thing I've done is my Alhain, now at level 50, 5-star. I've got 3 Ascensions on her. That is just to maximize all of her skills. Done and working as it should be with her. She's fully booked, of course, and masteries. They were done within about 36 hours of starting the account. The first set of masteries I buy on every account. Every time I do a free-to-play series, I will buy the first set of masteries, and I will probably find myself buying masteries for at least Deacon as well. So I'm at 55 gems now, and I probably won't spend any more of these until I've bought at least one other set of masteries, and that will be for, as it stands now, Deacon, as I have a relatively good early game damage dealer. So I need a relatively good early game support champion, and Deacon is going to be that champion for me. I quite like him. He carries very well into end game, so he's worth the 800 gem investment. Alhain got the investment because there were no real other options. I know a few content creators in this challenge have chose not to do their starter champion depending on who they drew. So if I'd have got a Galek instead of Alhain, I probably wouldn't have bought the masteries, and I probably wouldn't have took Galek above 5-star. I'd have just waited till I got Ronda from the login rewards and taken Ronda as my first 6-star. But that varies from person to person, account to account, and who you've got. So running through the starters, obviously everyone knows Kale is the choice pick and is usually top of the list of people you want to pick to be your starter champion. Then for me personally, it is Alhain, then Aethel, then Galek. Galek is the one champion I would always recommend you avoid where possible. Alhain and Aethel, you can go either way. It is down to your preference at that point, but I would always recommend choosing Kale. So I have, as you can imagine, I've finished the first set of challenges and missions towards Arbiter, and I'm just starting in. I'm 78 in, so I've done 2 of the second set, as you can see here, working towards the Sacred Shard. These, once again, there's a few that will catch you out, but there's nothing particularly difficult here. The thing I will be bearing in mind through this process is the final challenge. Use Justice here. So, what I will be doing, if I go to the fusion, there he is. Now, I need to remember, farmable, 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 farmable. So when I get one of these champions, So I'm currently using one as a food champion, but when I get another one, now I'm on this set of rewards, that will go in the vault, get to level 30, get ascended, and we'll just sit in the vault till I've done this. I will be planning ahead to make sure I can do this as soon as that appears. Then I believe on the next set, so this set here, I believe, homes ends, you've got to fuse Relic Keeper. So once again, that's what we've got to work towards when I get to that set of challenges. I have, of course, also been working through these challenges as much as possible. So I'm on 4 of 5 here, which are, there's nothing tedious, nothing too difficult. They're just things to point you in the right direction. These challenges, more so than the early game missions towards Arbiter, keep you heading in the right direction. Whereas some of the missions for Arbiter early game tend to push you a little bit out of where you should be going. But once again, you want to push for Arbiter as soon as you can. So we just push through. The one that does is... this is the one to watch out for. 2-4 here on the arena challenges. Upgrade an attack bonus for all affinities except Void at the Great Hall. This is the biggest waste of a challenge early game that I've seen, because that is pointless. So in my Great Hall, you can see I've done one. I will do it because it's the challenge. I need to do it. But that upgrade, level 1 out of 10 attack, 2%, that just gives all magic attack champions 2% attack boost. Only champions based on attack benefit from that. Whereas if you were to do HP, defense, accuracy, resistance, HP and defense, for instance, every single magic champion would benefit from HP and defense. Whether they're attack based, support, HP based, defense based, whatever they are, they benefit from additional HP, additional defense. They do not always benefit from the additional attack, so that is a wasted thing. But it is something that has been left in the game, and it has been pointed out many times that this is a horrific challenge to make people do, because it's just a waste of Great Hall resources. But that is, by the by, that is just my personal opinion, and I know a few other content creators have touched on it. It's just the sort of thing that in an ideal world you wouldn't do, but in the world of Raid, you have to do it. It wastes a bit of your time, but we move on. We do it, we move on. I've also done some attacks in Arena. I'm up to Bronze 4, will be Silver 1 in the next day or so. Let's get these refresh. I'm just being ultra careful of attacks I take, because, well, I don't have a comfortable Arena team. I'm just running on who I've got. Because my Deacon isn't 3-star ascended, that's my next thing to do. I don't get both his turn meter decrease and his drop defense on the same turn. Whereas when he's 3-star ascended, he'll do one, then proc another turn into his drop defense, which will then allow my Alhain to hit harder. But I have them speed tuned, hence the awful Deacon build, because, well, built him for Arena. I was stuck on an Arena challenge. I needed help with it. So I re-geared him just to be faster than Alhain, who I've built as best I can at the moment. I knew I had her at that speed. I didn't want to slow her down. So Deacon just got built to go faster than her. In an ideal world as well, what you do, you take your War Priest as increased attack on all allies. So where I have Deacon built at 150 speed, I have Alhain at 140 speed. In an ideal world, I would have War Priest at in speed boots. He's already back up to 110 speed. So if I could get her between 140 and 150 speed, I'd then have Deacon go with turn meter fill, turn meter pushback, into his drop defense, into increase attack, into Alhain for a smack. That's going to be my next Move for arena. That should make it comfortable to sit in silver and start getting some great haul going. You jump over, you can see in campaign, managed to push through to hard campaign, the Deadlands. So I'm pushing quite far up here. I'm managing to get quite a nice amount of XP rolling. The thing I've not struggled with yet, and I've played this quite hard over the last few days, is energy. Because I'm pushing so hard in campaign so quickly, I'm leveling up. I'm account level 27 already, and that's why energy is not really been a problem, because of course you get a new energy refill plus 3 energy to your max every time you level up, which has just been a nice little bonus. And then some of these challenges give you nice little chunks of energy. Then in dungeons, again, it's something I haven't pushed much further than I need to. The Finite, I've only done stage 1 because there was a challenge for stage 1. Dragon, pushed up to stage 6 just for a few extra points in the starter tournament. Spiders, stage 1, there's only a challenge for stage 1. I've only done stage 1. It was a waste of energy running spiders this early because I knew I couldn't push far. I knew it was a waste of time and energy, but there was a challenge for it, so I did it. Once again, Ice Golem's Peak, exactly the same thing. Pushed as far as I needed to for challenges, then stopped. Same with Minotaur's Labyrinth. I've pushed as far as I need to for challenges, then stopped. And the same with the Spirit Keeps. We're all up to stage 5, which is a set of challenges. Spirit Keep I've pushed a bit further just to try and increase the drop rate of the Greater Spirit. To try and get my Deacon making, but as you can see, I've not pushed particularly far because I know actually it's not the most efficient use of time. The most efficient use of my time, get a team of 2 champions together who can clear Brimstone Path stage 3 on hard. I know I can currently do it on normal, so I could go back and 3-star all of normal for a Void Shard, but I'm currently pushing through hard just because the XP is that little bit higher. And of course, I've currently got a week, 3 days double XP available because it throws XP boosts energy at you game with gems and silver. Silver is quite low because I'm working through challenges today, but we have sort of pushed a little bit. I'm going to push for probably this energy part if I can. The anniversary points really, they're not something I'm going to chase. If I got them, great. If I don't, not the end of the world. I mean, 500 is going to get me what, 100k silver, so not the end of the world if I get them, but it's not something I want to throw resources into. There is a nice little Brucey bonus now of 1 full barrel. That comes from, finished them all I believe. It was from one of the quests, the login quests that appear here, where you link your account to Plarium account and Facebook, like a champion, unlock a champion, things like that. And one of them now rewards you with a XP barrel, which I will be saving until, of course, I have a 6-star Alhain, and that will take her straight to 6-star level 60, and I'll be able to get the final mastery because the scrolls are just sat there waiting for her. So that has been the first 3 days on the account. I'm going to continue to try and push through the campaign, get Alhain up to level 60. That is my priority now. Now I'm done with the tournament. It is push, get Alhain to level 60, and then carry on from there and try and then build another level 60. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.